Hoosier Nation, what's up? Indiana loses 76-70 or 64. We're tired, Ben. We are tired. Uh, Doing this, 24 hours after the fact. How you feeling? I'm not feeling any better. I'm very tired tonight. Indiana's put us through the ringer this year, 22 of these. And last night was as bad a start as you could possibly get. And we're not going to go scorched earth on anybody tonight. But what are your initial thoughts? I think we'll just start it like we always started. Like, what'd you see?
I mean, I thought exactly what was going to happen happened. I mean, we didn't lose by 20, but there wasn't really much of a difference. We got the doors blown off early. The effort was lacking early. Somehow our big men got dominated, which I haven't really seen. And I don't know why. There's no world where Ballo should only have 3 shots.
It was, I had somebody text me and they're like, is Ballo playing? I'm like, yeah, a lot too. Like it wasn't, it was, certainly his worst game as a Hoosier. I mean, just, down, what was it, 26-6? I mean, just really coming off of 2 games where, Indiana loses in the last possession. And, they just couldn't even muster an effort. I mean, it was over before the first time out.
Yeah. I mean, when you get your doors knocked off when you first step foot on campus and in an arena you haven't won in since 1998, it's not going to go very good. So,
that's another thing. What are they? They're 1-21 in that building. Like, what's that about?
I don't know. I mean, Wisconsin, they had a couple of good years, but I mean, they're not like the top 5 team every year. I can't really figure out why we got a door. Every year it seems like we go there getting our butt kicked. But I mean, when was the last time we won at Northwestern? It's been a few years. Maybe.
I mean, when's the last? I mean, I'm not gonna. Yeah. So Indiana goes to 14-9 and 5-7 on the in the Big Ten. And if you haven't checked, the schedule coming up is Michigan at home. At Michigan State.
That Michigan game could get ugly if they start chanting.
Yeah. Oh, we'll get there. We'll get there. At Michigan, Michigan at home, national television, CBS. We'll get to that in just a second. At Michigan State, UCLA and Purdue, or Purdue, UCLA, I don't know. It doesn't matter. They got Michigan coming to town. And before we get into Michigan, I mean, you look at what does Malik Renew bring this team at this point? Like, why is he starting? I understand he was injured, and I always wish the best of health on every player on the team. I don't want anybody to be hurt, but he is either not healthy and trying to fight through it, and like I said, we don't need you to if you're going to play like that, or he's completely lost it, or what? But is it me, or it seems like Woodson just sticks with the 2 bigs. We get our doors blown off. The game's over, and they never played. Like, he starts renewing Ballo, and then they never see each other the rest of the game, and the game's already over. And then you're battling uphill, and I think they got it to a point where they could have gotten it to about 10, but it was over. Like, you're not coming back on that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure what the game plan was when Ballo has 3 shots. He wasn't in foul trouble. He played plenty of minutes, and we just didn't get him the rock. I will say one bright spot was Bryson Tucker, who he played a good game.
Yeah, Bryson Tucker came off the bench, and he'd been out for a little bit with a dislocated finger or something. I don't know. He had 24 minutes. I'll tell you, Ben, I'm an energy guy. I don't have it. I don't know if you can tell. I'm beaten down by this team, and I get it. There's a lot more important things in life than this team, but for Indiana basketball, this is about. We've been at a lot of low points. Easy enough for me to say. We've been at a lot of low points in the last couple of decades.
Unfortunately, we've had way more low than high. That's the
Yeah, and that's the, you know, too many valleys, not enough peaks, all that stuff. I mean, there's really been no consistency to speak of, and you know, that effort last night just was a microcosm of, is this really how we're going to go out? Is this how Mike Woodson's going to go out? Like just completely off the rails. They've lost 6 or 7 now. Yikes.
Do you know what Mike Woodson's downfall was?
Yeah.
He has one major downfall. He didn't value guards enough. College basketball is won with guards. This year we try to get 2 guards. I don't know what's going on with Cannon Carlisle. Did they say anything about him last night? Is it still a lower groin injury or something?
I mean, lower leg. I've had a lower leg injury for the last 5 years. I don't know.
I mean, but
why is Luke good? Like,
when
I'm
was
sorry.
When was the last time we had a good guard? We had Jalen Hood-Schifino, and then who else? Yogi Ferrell? Was that the last one besides that?
I mean, the last good one was Jalen Hood-Schifino. Shout out to him, now a member of the Utah Jazz and one of the most famous trades, if not the most famous trade in NBA history. So we got that going for us. You know, he was actually on the graphic that they showed Jalen Hood-Schifino. So shout out to him. I don't know if he's ever even played in the NBA, but beside the point, Mackenzie Mbako, he turned back into a pumpkin. Umar Ballo no-showed. Miles Rice doesn't even look to try to score really, unless he gets Malik Renew. Like, there wasn't anybody outside of Bryson Tucker. I mean, Goody was trying to get his shot. Like, I just don't understand at this point. If you're Mike Woodson, like, do you not see that you can't play Ballo and Renew together? Is it not? Like, can you not see that?
And can you not see that for whatever reason, our guard play always sucks?
Well, that's another problem, is if you are going to play one big, you better have some guards that are worth a damn. And, you know, honestly, like, I don't know what's going on with Rice. And, you know, I mean, Miles Rice seems like a good kid. He's been through a lot with cancer and all that stuff. Like, he's been through a lot. So, like, I'm not going to but like, I'm pretty sure we brought you here to shoot more than 4 times in 30 minutes. You know, Ballo, I'm pretty sure, like, and Ballo's been pretty good recently with effort and, you know, just a 1 for 3. I mean, Woodson said something about the flu going through. I mean, are we at that point? Is that where we are on the levels of, like, now it's a flu-like symptoms? I tweeted something out. Do you remember 2006, February 11th, 2006? Does that ring a bell for you in any way, shape, or form?
February 11th, 2006. Is that Calvin Sampson?
No, just before that. Mike Davis does not show up to the Indiana-Iowa game, February 11th, 2006, with flu-like symptoms. They made a press release. And, you know, 19 years later, almost to the day, we're coming up on a Michigan game where if I'm Mike Woodson, I might have flu-like symptoms too, because you started to mention it already. Dusty May, who, if you didn't know, went to Indiana, was a, you know, grad assistant, was there with Knight. He actually was I took a coaching of basketball and he taught it. So, you know, maybe I'll ring him up and see if he remembers me from class. But, you know, he's come a long way, worked his way up through the ranks, and now is someone that last year Indiana obviously was mentioned with Dusty May, and now he's come home, so to speak, and he's got Michigan, who just beat Oregon tonight. So they're right. Thankfully, I'm glad they're coming in off a win. What do you expect to see Saturday? So we've got Saturday. It's 1:00, national television, CBS. The whole college basketball world, you know, invariably could be watching. What do you expect? I guess they'll give you 3 options here. Thousands of empty seats, right? Boos of Mike Woodson, chance for "We Want Dusty." What do you think you'll see more of? More empty seats, more chance for Dusty, or more boos for Woodson?
More boos for Woodson. And I think we're going to start out the game strong Saturday, and then we're going to blow it We're gonna blow.
We're gonna reverse what we did.
We're gonna blow it
Purdue,
Maryland style. Is what I'm thinking for Saturday, because we don't know how to coach or play. And I don't know if you watched the end of the Michigan Oregon game, but did you notice how Michigan got the ball in their best free throw shooters' hands for the last possession? It's not rocket science. Trey Galloway should never be on the free throw line in crunch time.
Well, we'll see. And I have to bring up in the chat, Ham says, are you saying booze like alcohol? Because I think you'll see a lot of that on Saturday too. I will say shout out to Upstairs and all that. I think they're going to have a big event on Saturday. I think like Assembly Call and Crimson Cast and those guys are all going to be doing some stuff from, down there at Upstairs Pub. So it looks like a hell of a Saturday outside of the 2-hour window of probably watching this team play. So it looks like one hell of a Saturday. I hope everybody has a blast. I want it to be packed. I mean, I live in Indianapolis. I get down there maybe once a year, to be honest, and it probably should more. But honestly, with the way it is, it's just, I don't think anybody wants to see my mug down there and just be depressed. So, it sounds like a hell of a Saturday, but I inexplicably thought Indiana would break the curse of Wisconsin. I was completely wrong. I just want to get on top of that. But yeah, I don't.
Did you figure out that you were wrong? We were down 26-4, or did you figure it out early?
I was sitting right over there on that couch, just looking. I was sitting in the dark in this room, and I'm just like, "What the f?" No, I don't think, Ham, this will be one time. Like, the one time I'm going, hell no, I'm not going to this game on Saturday. I wouldn't. Now I will say, here's my message to Hoosier Nation, right? I don't think you boo Woodson just to boo him. I think if you end up booing, then, boo for the performance, boo for the, whatever, if you're going to do that. I don't think, just don't go into the game of saying, hey, I'm going to boo because of what happened last night. Well, let's keep it on its face value of this game. I hope Indiana wins. I never want Indiana to lose. And you see on, if you watch like the Field of 68, which I will say, Jeff Goodman, I'll give them credit. They've got a pretty good show going with their podcast and all the stuff I do at Field of 68. And it's, I'd recommend, after tonight's game, turn that on for about 45 minutes. It's really good. But he kind of said, like, they were saying this is, the beginning of the end. And I'm like, I don't think you all been watching. Like, this thing's, it would take a seismic event, Ben, wouldn't you say, that there's some inexplicable run here to end the season outside of that? I mean, are we looking at the last, 8, 9 games, if you include the Big Ten tournament, we'll get to that in just a second, of Woodson's coaching career?
I would think so. I mean, I think that he's shown that he made so basically he'll make the tournament 2 out of 5 years. Is that where?
4.
Yeah,
4.
2 out of 4 years. But we also had Trace Jackson Davis, which was a generational player.
Generational college player. Yeah.
College player.
I mean, he definitely, I think it's starting to show that he masked a lot of what Woodson didn't. And it makes you wonder what that team that had Trace and Jalen Hood-Schifino could have done with a different coach, right? A more established college coach. And I mean, I'm tired of kind of saying the same things about Woodson over and over, but it's like, man, it's the definition of insanity just to keep doing the same things over and over and over again. And then, like he said, one of his post-game quotes was, I thought we came out with good intentions, but we were just awful. What does that even, like, what do you mean good intentions?
Doesn't everyone have good intentions?
Yeah, I mean,
for the most part.
I mean,
for basketball.
I would like to think so. And then he's like, yeah, Malik and Umar were just awful. So we're at the point now where it's just like I'm throwing everybody under the bus along with me in the hopes, but I don't know or care to know what is being said behind closed doors. But I'd like to think, as the Pacers were getting their ass kicked in Portland last night, that Quinn Buckner was getting texts saying, yeah, the end is near for your boy because this is not going well. Like, I don't think he's going to be able to even. For those of you who don't know, Quinn Buckner's the chair of the board of trustees. His term ends July 1st. He's not coming back to that. He can't. So, lame duck there. I don't think he's going to be able to really do anything. I thought there might be a chance why we did this tonight instead of last night. Maybe Dolson would shock everybody and let Woodson go, or maybe there'd be something happen today. But unless something's happening currently, Woodson's going to be the coach on Saturday.
Dolson's riding that Signetti coattails, which was the best hire in the history of IU football by a landslide. He's been a coach for 1 year, so let him enjoy that. But I do want to bring up somebody. And
before you do that,
because he
did not hire Archie Miller.
Yeah, but
Fred Glass did hire Archie Miller. Dolson fired him and hired Woodson.
And but the Woodson hire was an F. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not. He got an A+ for Signetti. He got an F. I wouldn't even. No, I'm not going to give Woodson an F because he did make the tournament twice.
Okay, fine.
I can't give him an F. I can't give him an F for that.
We'll give him a D.
Yeah, I think a D+. I'll give him a D+. Because
right,
I think what we're about to witness, it's going to get him in.
But when you say, but Sherm, you also got to keep things in perspective. When we made the tournament, we barely made the tournament. We were
not the second year,
but we were about the we were about the 67th seed or 67th team. But anyway,
I know. I'm just saying, hey.
But I do want to bring up.
We have to call facts a fact. I mean, he did make it twice.
I do want to bring up. I was looking up a player that used to play on our team that we could use. I know you never really liked him, but I always kind of liked him. And Tamara Bates, who's averaging 13 points a game and shooting somehow 50% for Missouri.
Yeah, he was awful last year. Good for him that in his last year he found to be able to shoot the ball. But I'm telling you, Tamar Bates would not change this team. He's no different. He's no different than Miles Rice or.
Oh, he's better than Anthony Leal. Sorry.
I mean, Leo missing that layup last night. Oh my God. I can't even breathe. To quote Ramsey Kablawi, shout out Ramsey. I can't breathe. I can't even breathe, Sherm, he would say. Luke Goody, 35 minutes. Why is he not starting? I know that's not even on topic. I just was looking at his name. I'm like, what are we doing here?
But probably because he missed all. He was 4-12, missed 9 3-pointers, or made 3 of 9.
I'm saying, why isn't he starting though?
I mean, he took the most. I don't know. Man. We like to play 2 bigs for some reason. And yeah, we like to play with 2 bigs with the worst backcourt in America.
I don't know what's going on there. I really don't. I don't get it. But so Saturday comes along. Dusty May comes in, and hey, Dusty May, say what you want about him. He's had some success. He's doing pretty well at Michigan this year. I think this is a nightmare matchup for Indiana, and I think they're going to get absolutely smoked. I'm just going on record for that. Maybe it ends up going the other way because I said we beat Wisconsin, so maybe knock on some wood. I think this is a matchup nightmare for Indiana. They're going to get absolutely obliterated at home.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't.
See, I actually disagree with you. I think we're going to come out with some sort of passion for the first half, and then just blow it the second half like we've done at least 5 times.
Well, I mean, you could go a million different ways. I think we all know where the end result is. Yeah. They might start fast. They might start slow.
Basically,
I will say,
we don't know how they're going to lose. We could just agree they're going to lose.
I think it's fair to say we have no idea what the hell this team is going to do on Saturday outside of probably lose.
Yeah.
So I brought something else up, and we'll educate you if you didn't know. This is the first year of 18 teams in the Big Ten tournament. 3 of them do not make the Big Ten tournament. And I haven't checked, but I saw Oregon lost tonight. I'm not quite sure. Like, Why are we talking about not making the Big Ten tournament? Are you kidding me? Like, are you actually? Are we? Is that a joke?
Do you want to make the Big Ten tournament? Do you want to see us lose? You want to see us lose to I don't know, Penn State by 15 in the first round?
I mean, for the love of God, let me at least go downtown Indy and enjoy one freaking day of the Big Ten tournament, have a beer, walk around outside. Maybe we'll get a nice day. Indiana's 11th in the Big Ten, and they are, I mean, Minnesota's 4-8, Indiana's 5-7. We beat Minnesota. Northwestern's 4-8. So they're tied for 15. Jeez Louise, I can't. They're tied. This is what we're talking about here, folks. It's right, Ham. Just give me a reason to take off work. But 15 seed Rutgers is playing Illinois right now, and that's tooth and nail. Iowa beat us. So it's Nebraska beat us. Like, there's some tiebreakers there.
Iowa, Nebraska, Northwestern, they all beat us.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. So they're all going to, so let's say I got Indiana winning 2 more games. Real talk, no cap, as the kids say. That's what I got them winning, 2 more.
Yeah, they can be Penn State and Washington. Don't we play Penn State and Washington?
Oh, there's no way in hell they're winning either game in the West Coast. You're not sending this team to the West Coast and winning anything.
Washington's terrible.
Just take the 1-0 loss. Don't even go.
Save the flight.
I'm telling you, there's no world that they win either one of those games. They'll beat Ohio State, Woody's last hurrah. He'll win the last home game to go 7-13 in the Big Ten, sneak his ass into the Big Ten tournament, and get booed out of Bankers Life Fieldhouse or Gamebridge or Conseco, whatever. I'm old school. Let's call it Conseco Fieldhouse. Whatever. But that's where we are. Like, would you in a million years have ever thought going into this season, you're talking about Indiana finishing potentially not in the Big Ten tournament? Like, that's sad. That may be one of the – that's actually probably the worst of anything.
Weren't we the early season favorites to win the Big Ten?
We were one of the top 3, yeah.
And meanwhile, Michigan State – by the way, has the least amount of talent I've ever seen the Michigan State team have. I don't know if you've seen them play, but they got like 7 guys that average like 8 points a game.
Well, and update, Rutgers is up 10 on Illinois, so we did beat them, so we do hold the tiebreaker there. Yeah, Michigan State's played a pretty weak Big Ten schedule. So I think some of the shine's coming off of them a bit, but we go there next week, so shine on.
I'm sure we haven't won there in about 20 years.
Remember Archie Miller inexplicably won there. When he lost like 11 of 12, he just like it was when Michigan State was a top 10 team and we won there. And like, I mean, I guess this team is due for like that inexplicable win. But I don't know. Like, what else could happen? We've talked about, does everybody show up for Saturday's game? Somebody miss it? Somebody make a business decision? Flu-like symptoms? I'm saying we're due for something. We're due for some drama here.
Well, we have three people out for, I'm not really sure. Yeah. Gabe Cupps, who actually, we could use Gabe Cupps and Ja'Kai Newton. I mean, I'm sorry, but we could actually. But at least they can run up and down.
I think we're at the level of
put up wheel stats.
We're at the level of like, where are we at on the Hoosier-o-meter of arrest, somebody not showing up, somebody get kicked off the team, somebody running somebody over with their car. Shout out, that happened. I mean, you name it. We're due for that. Like, it's one thing to just get your brains kicked in every game, but we're due for some drama here. I'm saying it's not just going to be 8, 9 more games of just getting your teeth kicked in. There's going to be something else happen. I'm saying it right now. And I mean, I'm not saying like I'm not hoping for this, but I'm saying there's going to be somebody quit. There's going to be somebody not show up. There's going to be an arrest. There's going to be something dumb that happens because there's still 6 weeks left. I'm saying there's something going to happen. What do you think? Don't know what it is.
I don't know how the NIL money's if they have to finish the season to get all their money. I don't know. But the sad thing in life is what just happened with Jimmy Butler. He just cried his way out of his 10th team, and now he gets a raise.
Uh-oh, Ham. Uh-oh.
He just got a raise.
Jimmy Butler catching strays in the Hoosier Court pod. Ham's not going to like that one.
He gets $121 million because he bitched his way out of Miami. I mean, what in the world?
Let's rein it back in, but I would say, yeah, Jimmy Butler. Like, I don't think it does.
How in the world do you get a raise?
Good luck, Trace. Good luck.
How do you get a raise bitching I mean, that's everything that's wrong with basketball.
Well, I mean, you're talking NBA. Let's just keep it to. I'm seeing in the chat mysterious 3-game suspension. That was always when you got popped for weed, but now I don't think that even matters anymore. I don't think. But hell, but we're on a watch here. This show, because if we're gonna suck, go all the way and miss the Big Ten tournament, I don't want that. But like, if they lose like Saturday, and then they're going to Michigan State, and then they've got the Purdue and the UCLA, Purdue in there, and you get a West Coast road trip. Like, this thing is
off the rails.
I mean, it already is, but I'm thinking. I'm looking at this screen. It says season summary. I want to. Yeah, I've got a few words about what I think this season summary was. But my goodness gracious, like, what if we turn around in 2 weeks? This team's 5-11 in the Big Ten.
So we're gonna be 5-11 in the Big Ten. You just got to come to the realization that we suck.
But like, what? I mean, how did that happen? This team was 4-1 in the Big Ten.
Yeah, well, the schedule got harder, and we didn't win games we were supposed to win. That's what happened.
Hold on. I think my mind's playing tricks on me here.
What?
Because how in the world is Indiana? How are they going to do this? Like, what are they going to do? Yeah, I mean, Michigan at Michigan State. On Peacock again. Jeez. I will say Robbie Hummel and Noah Eagle are pretty good on that. UCLA in primetime Friday night. We love that. Purdue at home. This team doesn't win again until February 26th. And by then, if you lose 4 more when you've already lost 6 or 7, that's 10 of 11. That's Archie Miller territory, folks. By the way, how did he lose that many games with Romeo? I mean, I'm sorry. Romeo is pretty good. Like, say what you want about him now, but how did Archie Miller? I'll never know. And how Mike Woodson's going to lose this?
I'm going to say something controversial here. I just didn't think Romeo was that good.
Well, we're not gonna bury him. Ham wants to know what happens if it comes down to senior night for a tourney draw. Well, you think there's going to be some sort of what turn? Oh, for the Big Ten tournament, I hope you're talking about. I'm telling you, business decisions are about to start being made. They're already being made.
Yeah, and the sad thing is, 3 of our starters are seniors.
I mean, I'm not sad about that. Whoever the next coach is, and there will be a new coach, they have to They have to strip it. They have to be given full control and say, get this Indiana, like, holier than thou approach off of me. I'm in control. Let me do my own thing. Don't try to run it, because like it's been one misfire after another in the basketball hiring and just the way things are handled down there. Like, it needs a complete overhaul, and it's sad. It really is sad, because there's a lot of people that they used to, build their, their weeknights or their weekends around the Hoosier game, and now those same people are saying, "Hey, did IU lose again to me?" I'm like, "Yeah, they lost." Yeah, right. Like, that's sad, because I never, ever in a million years thought we'd get to that point, and that's where we are. And you have to look squarely in the face of Mike Woodson and say, like, "Hey, man, you just couldn't get it done." Like, there's no energy in the program whatsoever. I think, is that fair?
Yeah, I mean, the energy is with the football.
They got a couple recruits, but I mean, like, honestly, like, I would trade whoever the two guys, Sisley and the Slovenian cat, for whatever we bring in next, because they're going to bring their own guys in here and do it. But I don't know who would want, and then I don't want to get into this now because we're long enough, but I don't know who would want this job.
Oh, there's a guy out there.
Which one?
Oh, there's a guy out there.
Who?
Chris Beard.
How do we know he wants it? Why would he want to come to? Why would he want to come to Indiana?
He's at a football school. They don't give two shits about basketball at Ole Miss.
Exactly.
This is our one chance to get him, and the only chance.
Maybe he doesn't want to, like.
Oh no, he wants it.
Well, he was at a school that didn't give a shit about basketball, and he got his ass fired for not beating the crap out of his girlfriend. So yeah,
but that's the only reason why we have a shot at him.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. You think Indiana University, who think they walk on water, is going to hire Chris Beard? I got oceanfront property in Iowa. I will sell you.
Hey man, at some point you got
real estate game.
Hey, at some point you got to realize that hiring Mother Teresa that played at Indiana is not the way to go.
Well, I would just have you say this.
Hey, why don't you guys go ahead and get Steve Alford in here and just call it a day, and we'll have another 10 years of sucking.
I mean, I don't want that. If you were going to do that, you needed to do that like 20 years ago. No, I mean, like, I think it's a reasonable question of saying, with like Chris Beard, they talked about this on the Field of 68, and Goodman said he didn't think Indiana would do it unless Chris Beard went on a epic run in the NCAA tournament this year, and Dawson could justify it by saying, like, hey, he had his transgressions, but look at what he's done on the court, right? And I get it. The guy he did go to jail. He didn't go to prison. He wasn't convicted. The charges were dropped. I would say to those that are just on the fence, like, maybe go read the police report a little bit. I'm just saying, like, those things typically tell you. It makes me nervous. We've been down a road where we took a chance, and again, it's a different thing. Like, the Kelvin Sampson stuff was stupid back then. It had nothing to do with any type of crime. It just was a dumb rule, and he broke it twice, and that cost Indiana 10 years. Well, I mean, it cost them 5 years to get back, right? I don't want to hire. I mean, Chris Beard might be a phenomenal basketball coach. What if you hire him and something else comes out from that? And then you're back in this. I'm just saying, like, shit like that can come back, something new evident. Like, I'm just saying, like, it makes me concerned that you could be riding high again like you were with. I mean, we were like top 10 with Kelvin Sampson. And again, I'm not saying they're same situations. Kelvin Sampson was texting kids. I mean, Rick Pitino, we should have done that the last time. He's like 75. I mean, like, come on. Like, let's get somebody young in here to build the damn thing up. Now you've got me on a coaching search, and I don't want to do that tonight because But I'm saying, like, okay, before we go, we're going to start this right now. This is coaching board 1.0 because Woodson's getting fired. He's done. He's done. So, 3 names. I want to see it from the chat or Ben, and then I'll give mine. So, chat, do your thing. 3 names. Ben, 3 names. I'll give 3, and then we're getting the hell out of here. Go, Ben.
Chris Beard, Pearl, and I'm really gonna go out on a limb on this one. This could be bad. It could be real bad. But I think we got to take the biggest chance we've taken in IU basketball history because we've messed up on the last 5 people. Greg Marshall.
Oh my God. All right, good night, everybody. Good night. I'll see you later. I will see you later. Oh, jeez. The chat says Beard, Pearl, May. I'm assuming in that order. I will go TJ Otzelberger from Iowa State. Dusty May, Michigan. I'll give you Chris Beard by what he's doing. Again, I'm nervous about something coming back, and then we're in the backs. I've been burned. I'm a Bengals, Reds, Pacers, and IU fan. I've been burned enough in my life. I don't need something coming back. So we've got to be rock solid, sure. But I will put Otzelberger, May, and Beard. And people say, well, Dusty May, he would never just go to Michigan for 1 year and then go to Indiana. Are you freaking crazy? Hell yeah, he would if the money's right. You seen his buyout?
I'm not even sure about him.
I'm not saying, but we're about to find out on Saturday. If Mike Woodson beats his ass, we can take him off the list. How about that? Is that fair? How about that? Let's end on that, folks. So we'll be right back here. Ben, are you in agreement to go live directly after the Michigan game on Saturday afternoon, 3:15?
I'm gonna try.
I think we got to. We didn't go live after Purdue. It hurt too bad. Last night it was late.
We'll see what you say if we lose by 40 to Michigan on Saturday. If you're feeling online,
we got to get that pod in before we watch the Pacers with Luka's first game. It's against the Pacers on Saturday on ESPN. So we got to fit the pod in between that. And then, we might even do a little Super Bowl preview for you on Sunday morning since Ben's Philadelphia Eagles. Let's see that Eagles Cup. Let's see it. All right. Fly, Eagles, fly. Blow the whistle.
Hey, that's why I'm not as stressed about any basketball because I'm riding high, baby.
All right.
Bye.
All right. Talk to y'all later.
Bye.